Hello everybody, welcome back to Wrecked City. Everything's wrecked, it's looking pretty bad across the board, I have to say. However, I did make a tweet yesterday, if that's what you still call them. That's right, I do tweet sometimes. And I was saying, look, I'm looking for a reaction in a bit of a boxy area, and the box basically being that 39,500 to basically 40,000, which so far is kind of where we've been where we've been hovering around. So this is the box, the bounce box, really. And if we're going to get a bounce, it'll be within this box. You'll have to check my Twitter. I know that I've just put that in there and go, well, look how perfect that is. Look how perfect and neat and tidy that is. But you'll see. I tweeted it before it happened. So basically, it hasn't been too bad if you think about it. In fact, let's zoom in a little bit. We've not broken down below the box. We've been supported at the bottom of the box. We bounced outside of the box. We bounced back in. We're now back outside. Now we're going back in. So it is kind of a do or die moment. And look, I did say also on that tweet, or maybe it was in the Telegram. I've spread myself thin across social media. You'll have to join everything if you want to get a piece of it. I'm not that prolific, but if we did bounce, I wouldn't really expect to see a bounce much higher than around 42 to 43, which is going to be retests of all these golden death crosses. Sorry, so that would be the max sort of bounce target on all of this. But it is a do or die kind of vibe. Looking at this on a 4-hourly, which is where my main preference would be for invalidation of this bounce, would be a closure, a candle body closure, not a wick, but a candle body closure below 39,400, we'll say. That would give us more likely a price pretty much straight down to the 38, or maybe a wick down into the 37. Basically, this toppy area before we broke out. And look, a bounce is due. I wouldn't say it's overdue. Based on the daily, there's nothing but continuation of momentum to the downside. Same thing with RSI. The RSI, the MACD, the money flow index. Now, the 4-hourly, is also doing the same thing. That was an extremely low read on the RSI, which some people will look at that and go, hey, it's oversold. You gotta buy. But actually, I'd say no, actually. I'd say it is low. It's not oversold. It is low. The good thing about it being low, though, is that the next low is unlikely to print another lower low. So it would be a driver divergence. So if this isn't the bounce zone, then the closer we get to the 38, maybe 37,000, we get the divergence. But do you know what does have a divergence? If you want to talk about any kind of divergence, we do have a money flow index divergence. Normally, money flow index is as good at helping a turning point for momentum as anything else. So this is momentum, this is volume, and we've also got divergence on the MACD, all on the 4-hourly, which is why I'm still more than hopeful that we get a bounce around here. Now, because I like to back at this stage now, obviously, my main big super mega buyers are going to be from a much lower zone anyway. I've said that since December. We're planning on getting out and then getting back in at a much lower zone, probably a long time away from now, months away. But yesterday I did, and I couldn't help myself but to take on a small chunk of spot XRP. And with Bitcoin, because this is definitely on the cards, and this is definitely on the cards, I created myself a little bot, not a little box, a bot with a range of about 14%, just to play both sides of the field here, So that's how I've decided to play this. We came into this box, which is in the middle zone. We can go down further before a major bounce, in my opinion. We could go up before break down again. So it's served, it's in my opinion, it's a decent way to play it. I'm playing both sides. I'm a bull and a bear within a certain range. So that's kind of cool, and that's my deal. It's not an enormous position. Again, thinking about, portfolio balances, is probably about 2% of my portfolio balance went on that bot, and just another 2% went on an XRP bid, because XRP, until I woke up this morning, was actually showing strength, really, in the face of the downtrend. So we are hoping that Bitcoin can bounce from here. It is Tuesdays. Tuesdays can often be a move counter to the rest of the market. Now, Dixie has come down into a 50 exponential moving average on a 4-hour. It's a golden cross retest, basically. So, we can come down again to double tap it. We can come down a little bit further. We could even come down to this level here. But generally speaking, this is like a consolidation now, ready for the next move up on the Dixie. Could pose a bit of a problem, obviously, for, I suppose, over-leveraged longs or people who are expecting too much. Remember, let's be realistic. This is a giant downtrend in the making. Still early days. Yet to officially break down, make a major low here. So we're going to get bounces along the way, and so far we haven't really bounced much at all for Bitcoin. And so this is the first area where I would consider a bounce possible, basically 20%, 19% from the top, but we could still kind of find our way back down a little bit further to the 37 to 38,000. There is really not much more to it than that. I am hopeful for a bounce here, and if we don't, a bounce coming in at this level, where I've said this whole time that that's the most likely place to get an aggressive bounce, if we're going to get one at all. And you'd be surprised at the sort of size a bounce could materialize from here. Look across the board right now, right? So people were particularly bullish around here. What's happened right now? People have flipped to despair. I saw it on my Telegram. I can see it on Twitter. People are afraid. The market's raw. Oh, it's supposed to have done this and it didn't do that. Oh, why? Well, the market is basically priced all in that ETF, hasn't it, really? I imagine it's pretty much priced the halving in too. It's priced a lot of stuff in. And so now what's happening is a bit of a washout, but it's not over. And I would imagine a bounce from here to around 42, 43, and if it fails to bounce, then the 37 to 38,000 is an absolutely awesome place to give the same sort of bounce targets back as well. 38 to like 42, 43. Right, I'll leave with you there. Whether the bounce happens today is a different story, but I'm willing to bet that we do get a bounce. But if we don't, 38, 37, it's still not a problem for me. Choosing to play this range with a bot, I think, is probably the best way, so I can carry on with my day, and so long as we don't break down below 37, I'm okay for that bot to keep running. And obviously, if you want to know my strategy for that, rather than just showing it to you, open the bot here is what I've done, which I consider to be the center range. If we go up, excellent, that's great. I can close the bot. If we go down, no big deal. I'll be looking for a bounce, move back up to the break even, where I'll be obviously in profit because of the bot, and then back up to like 42 where I close the bot. It's just a simple way to, I suppose, mitigate some risk in this market. And it's not like I know what's definitely going to happen on this chart right now. Nobody does. But that's my expectation, and so I felt like a bot was probably the most appropriate way. So I can carry on with my day. I've got stuff to do. I've got the school run to do right now. Then I've got to go to the vet, and then I've got to do all kinds of other stuff. So, I can't just sit around and trade. As much as that's probably what you think I'm doing here. You think I've probably got some super awesome, massive setup that you see people on Twitter have. I don't. I just have a reasonably okay computer, a little corner of my room, but most of the time, trades, it's like fishing. You just sit and wait and wait and wait. And we waited, a couple of weeks now, and this is the first sort of time I felt compelled to try anything really on crypto, of any, well, I suppose outside of some, I suppose a little bounce that we tried to get over the weekend, and even this could go down further. So, like I say, it's not. There's no crystal ball here. It's still very much a downtrend. But if we are going to get a reaction, it will be today from this area or this area to take us back up to areas lost around here. Right, that's it. Good luck, guys. Good luck. Take it easy.